Welcome to the Grit Reapers, the podcast for aspiring online entrepreneurs that cuts through all the crap in the online business world and dishes out the raw and real truth about what it really takes to have a successful online business. No sugarcoating, no get-rich-quick schemes, just honest advice with a healthy dose of humor and hope.
We're your hosts, Gail and Candace, two online entrepreneurs who've been there, done that, and lived to tell the tale. So if you're looking for straight talk, practical tips, and the occasional reality check to get your online business moving, you're in the right place. Let's get down to business.
Welcome back to the Grit Reapers. Welcome back to all our listeners. We're so happy to have you here. And today we are talking about sell-out offers. And Gail has just recently had such an incredible experience. And we are going to be talking about the difference between trying to sell something that feels like hard work versus having an offer that almost seems to sell itself. So Gail, you are offering at the moment a workshop on how to create AI kind of images, almost like if you were having a professional photo shoot, and you've had the most incredible response. Do you want to share with us, what do you think has made the difference? Like this offer that you kind of just thought you would try and see, to now having this experience where it's been an unbelievable like uptake of this offer. What are your thoughts on it? What was different this time?
Okay, so Cans, it's been one of those like pivotal moments, because it's one of those offers that we all kind of dream about in the online space, but never, well, for me, I never quite believed that it could actually happen. So AI image generation has been a very trending topic over the last couple of months, especially with the new ChatGPT image update. We really saw a real uptake in people who were willing to create AI images. Now, probably 2 months ago, maybe even a little bit longer, I started asking my audience just very simple questions about, their AI image generation, just trying to get a feel for whether people were doing it, were thinking it was inauthentic, were willing to try it, or were still going to their sort of traditional sources like Canva or Pixels or wherever. And so I got quite a sense as things were progressing in the AI image generation that it was definitely a topic that my audience was interested in. Now, I had seen other audiences being very interested in it, but this is what I keep on saying: what some people are interested in, and what your audience that you are working with and creating relationships with and connections with, it may be something completely different. So I wanted to see whether my audience of course creators, coaches, were interested in it. And I could see that they were. So then I thought, you know what? I put a couple of polls out to say, these are the workshops I'm thinking of doing, and which one would you be interested in? And in fact, the custom GPT workshop was the most popular. And I thought, well, I actually, even though the image generation got a lot of interest, the custom GPT one was more popular. So, just then everything sort of carried on, and I loved the image generation. And I thought I had a good interest in it, even though the custom GPT one was more interested in it. But I'm creating custom GPTs in this workshop, and I'm going to show people how to use them. And I thought it might be a nice segue into the custom GPT workshop. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to put this out as an offer. And yes, it's a trending topic, but what I realized when I put this offer out, that this is a deep, deep pain point for a lot of people in the online space. And the more I spoke to people about it, the more feedback I got from my emails, the more questions people asked, the more I realized that, having photos taken, whether professionally or just, selfies, whatever, of yourself is a very difficult thing for a lot of people. I've had people saying, I'd love to join your workshop, but you say I just need some sort of selfies and stuff. I don't have any of those. Like people with no photos of themselves. And then you kind of like, well, how are you running an online business without, sort of being visible? So it was a problem that was big enough for people to just jump on it. And so it's been one of those offers for me that was very, very easy to do. It's been so much easier than I think, than just about every other offer I've ever put out. Cans, we always laugh about, you see those people on Facebook or Instagram who show you their like dashboard, and it's got, congratulations, there's a student, congratulations, there's a student, and to be waking up in the morning and to have 5 emails from Kajabi saying, congratulations, there's a new student in the AI image lab.
Yeah.
And just going through and just being like, what? Like, it's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
been an
Oh, that's
amazing
amazing.
experience. So I think it's 2 reasons, really. It is a very deep pain point for people, and it's a trending topic, so people are interested in it at the moment.
Yes, 100%. I mean, it's like if you're not watching this like visually, you're not watching the video, you're listening to it. I mean, Gail's almost glowing, because I think that, waking up, we always we almost like comical about it. How you see people on the beach and they're like, oh, I can work on the beach and I've got all these notifications, PayPal notifications that someone's bought something. And you kind of like envious because you want that,
Yes,
but
you
also
want that.
doubtful, like, is it true? Like, you never
Yes.
really know. And now you've had this experience, and I think it does make you like glow from the inside, where it's like, oh, wow, this actually does happen. So,
Yeah, there's definitely been a glow about it. And the nice
yeah.
thing is, as well, is that what I found as a spin-off is that I've had people telling me, it was just a no-brainer. As soon as I saw it, I just hopped on it. In fact, I think I got my first sale through like 3 minutes after the first email got
Oh,
sent. So it was
amazing.
it was
Hey.
kind of one of those offers. And people are now asking me, yes, but what about that custom GPT workshop? And what about this? And I'd love to learn this. So there'll definitely be spin-offs, and it's just really satisfying to kind of see that all your hard work is paying off. I know that I am going to help these ladies to get the most amazing images that they can then use on their
Yeah.
websites, they can use over social media. Like it's just going to make it so much easier for them as well.
Yes. And you know what? I do think that it's been through the process of, okay, I'm really good at AI. Okay, I know, as in Gail, I know people, if they want to use AI in the best way, need to prime AI. So I'm going to teach them brand tone and all of that. Okay. And actually you had some good responses, and it's
Yeah.
only been because you started somewhere, you put out an offer. Okay, it got a bit of a response, not kind of what you were hoping for, but you carried on and you carried on and you asked questions and you started growing an audience. It's only been through that process that you've come now to the sweet spot. So I feel like, in a way, like you just said, all your hard work, all the days where you're like, oh my God, what am I doing? And is this going to work? And if you gave up then, you would never have managed to finally come across the thing that intersect between what your audience is struggling with and with something you are really good at that you can teach them, which is
Yeah.
so amazing. So am I correct that you feel like, A, it's super relevant, right? Because it's like trending at the moment. B, it's because this is something your audience really struggles with. I myself yesterday was like, geez, Gail's hit it, because often when I'm creating landing pages for my own website, I'm like, oh, I don't have a picture of myself. And I know I need the picture and I need my finger pointing to the left, and I don't have that picture. And oh my God, now how am I going to get a picture? And what picture can I put there? And I don't feel like having a professional photo shoot. So I myself even found this is a brilliant, brilliant pain point. And I think one other thing is, just from what I've seen, you priced it really well. So the price point was, it was like a no-brainer. $97 to learn how to get around putting on makeup, having a whole photo shoot. Like, this is something your audience struggles with, plus it's something you're really good at and you can teach them, is the absolute perfect combo in an offer here. And it's just kind of been like hotcakes, like selling out,
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I mean, I had said to my hubby, I'd love to get 10 people in. I set a founder's rate at 15, never expecting to get to 15. I got to like 18 in my sleep. So then I was like, you know what? I'm just actually going to extend the founder's rate to anybody else. And we're sitting on 25 at the moment. So and the nice thing is that I would say probably about between 6 and 10, I'm not sure exactly, are people that have never worked with me before, which also shows me that, the messaging was right, the positioning was right, the price was right. And I think you hit the nail on the head there, Cans. For a kind of small workshop, it will be over 2 days, but I wanted to leave plenty of time for questions. And also the actual AI photo shoot, initially, when you train in the model, it is a little bit technical, not really technical, as much as if you can attach a photo to an email, you can do it. But, just the concepts around it, I wanted to leave a little bit of time for people to understand. And so just pricing it just under $100 seems to have been the sweet spot for me. And I'm quite happy to do that, It's a 2 days. I know my material well. There's not a lot that I have to prepare. I mean, there is to prepare, but I'm not doing slides and presentations and stuff because it's a practical workshop. And one other thing I just want to say is that I feel like this is leaning towards how I want my business to be. I've kind of been struggling with, do I do big launches? Do I do long 3-month programs? Do I do a membership? Like, you get into a stage where you're just like, what suits me and my lifestyle at the moment? And I love the idea of these workshops, these practical workshops that people can implement straight away. It's really helpful in their business. And once I've done it, I can then run this workshop every second month or every third month, and it's not a lot of commitment. It's not, people don't have to, give me $3,000 and stick with me for 3 months, and then they might not do everything, So I almost feel like I'm moving towards a sales system or a system that really suits me well. I love people. I love communities. I love groups. I love teaching. And I got sidetracked because actually what I was going to say is with testing these little offers, what I also decided to do is minimum viable, assets that were ready. So I launched this program. Obviously, I knew beforehand, I know what I'm going to do in it, but I launched it with a checkout, not even a sales page. So a plain checkout page with a thank you page that had the next steps. I wrote the first email as they purchased, so that confirmation email. And that is as far as I went. I thought, if people get it, I scheduled it out 3 weeks from when I first started promoting it, so I'd have plenty of time. And then I thought, if people buy it, then I'll add the rest of the reminder emails then, and I'll, we've got a Facebook group as well. We've got a portal for the replays and the resources and everything. So once I knew that people were interested, so it literally took me half a day to set the offer up. And I feel like that's also a good way to test things,
Yeah. And it doesn't feel like, oh my God, I've got to write a sales page. Oh my God, I've got to put a 10 email sequence together, because all of that is so like draining and you haven't even done it, just thinking about it. So I love that this has just been, it's just felt so easy. It's like putting it together was easy, getting people interested to purchase was easy. You validated the offer, and that's just Incredible. Yay for
And now
Gail.
I'm excited to teach
Yeah,
everybody so they can also see those
amazing.
images of themselves. You know, it's quite a thing to see images of yourself, like where you would love to see yourself, where you
Yeah,
can't actually get images.
yeah.
So I did the one of me talking on a stage. Like I
Yeah,
would
I
never
saw
have
it. I
that.
saw
Or
it.
like, did you see the one of me standing in front of the camera as a
Yes,
content creator?
yes.
So, you know, it's just so easy.
Yeah.
And I actually love those. I love them. The only person who was like, oh, but it doesn't look like you was my husband. And that's because he wakes up next to me every
That's
day.
funny because I thought it looked exactly like you.
So did I. I
Yeah,
love them. So,
amazing.
yeah.
Amazing. So, Gailey, if people are interested in this AI image lab, I'm sure you've got a link. We can link it
Mhm.
in this episode because from the sounds of it, you're going to be running this again.
A few
So,
times, yes.
for those of you who are keen, we're going to drop the link. I also love that it's live, by the way. You know, I love that it's live, that you actually show up and you do it with you, that it's
Yeah.
not like, oh my God, now I've got to find an hour to watch this video. So I
No,
think there were so many things that were right in this offer.
absolutely.
And hopefully some of our listeners will get to meet you if they sign up and they're interested.
Fantastic. Yeah. And you know
Amazing.
what? If I'll create a little waitlist page. So if it's not, you know, if we're not
Mm,
building up to one, hop on the waitlist, and then as soon
yeah,
as the next workshop is live, then I will let everybody know.
awesome stuff. All right, guys, we will catch you next week for another episode. Thanks for listening and be clever about your businesses.
Yep, and put those offers out. Remember, if people don't know what you're doing, they can't buy from you. So put
Exactly.
those offers out.
Cool.
Okay,
Bye, guys.
bye.